Samsung Galaxy S2 LTE, expected 4th quarter 2011 or 1st quarter 2012. Based on the original Galaxy S2, the Samsung Galaxy S2 LTE has several hardware improvements. Most obvious is the support for LTE technologies, giving the S2 LTE very high-speed downloads in areas with LTE support. At the moment, LTE networks are not very common, but we do know that this handset will be heading to Nordic countries that seem to have relatively good coverage in major urban areas. Inside, the Galaxy S2 LTE has a dual-core 1.5 GHz processor, up from 1.2 GHz in the original S2, a 4.5-inch 480 by 800 pixel display, up from 4.3 inches, and there's a bigger battery too, an 1850 mAh cell, up from 1650 mAh. Other features are unchanged, including 1 GB of RAM, 16 GB of internal flash memory plus a microSD slot, an 8 megapixel primary camera, a 2 megapixel secondary one, Wi-Fi 3.5G support, GPS, and all the usual features you'd expect. Quite why the Samsung have chosen to use the Galaxy S2 name is a mystery, as it's clearly a significantly upgraded device. The original Galaxy S2 is an exceptionally powerful smartphone, but this promises to be even better. The Galaxy S2 LTE is an Android 2.3 device, so it can do everything that any other Android can do, except much faster. This LTE version is roughly 10% bigger and heavier than the original Galaxy S2 at 130 by 69 by 9.5 mm, and it weighs 131 grams. LTE support is in the 2600, 1800, 800 MHz band, and the Galaxy S2 LTE supports HSPA+ as well. Of course, it will work on 3G networks and 3.5G networks too, plus 802.11a, b, g and n, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. This means that you don't need to use an LTE network in order to use this particular smartphone. No pricing is available, but it will be expensive, probably retailing for roughly €600 at launch. Nordic countries will get the Galaxy S2 LTE sometime in the new year. It's possible that some other markets will see it earlier. Lastly, don't confuse the Galaxy S2 LTE with the Samsung Galaxy S2 4G, which is a North American version of the original Galaxy S2, which isn't even a proper 4G device despite the name.